Hello, everybody. Welcome. And we're already experiencing a problem here. We are back. This is day 3 of the first 7 days for Alpha to Omega. And today's focus is going to be kind of on just making money so we can get some rigs on our destroyer here. The other option we have is to make enough money to try to buy the actual Dragoon, so that way we can have more DPS. The actual Dragoon has a 20% increase in damage per level. So let me see if I can pull it up here. So that's the Dragoon. This should be the Dragoon Trainer, which we have. So you'll notice we get the actual Dragoon gets an extra mid slot here. But the main difference between these ships really comes down to the skill bonuses. The regular Dragoon is gonna give us a 20% drone damage per level instead of 5%, which we currently have. By having the regular Dragoon, that would bring us from 80 something DPS up to somewhere in the 130, 150 DPS range. It also gets a flight velocity increase for the drones. That'll mean our drones can move between targets faster. It does not get the small laser damage bonus, so we can use whatever weapon system we want and it won't matter. But there are also some other key differences. See if I can find it here. I guess I can't look at it through that. If we select these 3 dots next to basic info and go to trait description, we can see all that stuff there. But what we care about here is the information of the ship itself. You'll notice right off the bat that the regular Dragoon has about 600 more HP than the Dragoon Trainer. It also, on top of that, gets 200 hit points more armor. It has a larger capacitor with a little bit longer capacitor recharge time, but the recharge rate is overall higher than the Dragoon Trainer. The max lock targets is also 1 extra target, so when we max out our target management skill, we will be able to lock every ship in a standard encounter. It has a stronger sensor strength and scan resolution, which means you can lock onto targets faster and be able to scan people down a little bit better. It is also faster in normal movement, but it does have less power grid. So the Dragoon has 51 megawatts of power grid, the Dragoon Trainer has 59. So we're gonna hopefully step into the regular Dragoon fairly soon. I hope there's been some put on the market. So we're gonna check that real quick, see where we're at. We left off yesterday with a character having 2.4 million, 1.6 million, and 1.2 million for our ISK. Quickly check the Destroyer tab and see what we've got to work with. Okay, still only one on the market. This one is actually more expensive. So we're gonna wait. We're not gonna buy someone's overpriced Destroyer. If we absolutely need to, we can look at other ships. We're not locked into using both drones and missiles at the same time. We do have the flexibility of choosing one system or the other if we had to. So if something comes up and we think that it's going to be a good idea, like a standard Corax, the normal Corax would be a really great option to step into for very, very inexpensive cost. And it's a ship that I'm quite familiar with. Coming up in a bit, we will be able to start stepping into cruisers. Once we complete our road to set sail, one of the ship that we will be gifted, we will be choosing to be gifted, is the Vexor Trader. It is a cruiser that uses drones with 2 high slots. It gets bonuses to medium drones instead of the small drones that we have. So it should be quite the upgrade in terms of performance. It'll be a lot of extra skills we'll have to skill into to make it work, but it should be a lot easier to fly once we have it. After that, we have ships that are like standard ships. The normal Vexor is a really good ship. It'll give us some extra drone command range, which means we can sit 10 kilometers farther than we normally would. It also gets that extra medium drone slot. We can't really step into the Vexor Navy issue because we don't get any skills. Or we don't have access to any of those skills. So then our next step after that would be something like a faction cruiser where we get a roll bonus that gives us an increased damage. But as you can see here, we can't get any of the other skills that are here. You can also look at something like a Stratios, where it's all covert ops, but you're not going to get any combat efficiency from it. The other option we would have, which we also won't have the skills for, would be the Prophecy. The armor resistance is really nice. It also gets that drone command range. or the Myrmidon. That gets the drone command range and the armor repair. I'm leaning toward going with the Myrmidon, mainly for the reason that 2 armor repairs is going to be really nice on the Myrmidon. But that's quite a ways out. We're 10 days away from Tech 5, and battlecruisers are Tech 7. Which means that's like a month or a month and a half away. But we have to make 189 million across 3 different characters in order to get 3 Myrmidons. These prices do fluctuate every single day as people buy and sell things. So just keep an eye out for like a really good deal. Like 175,000 for a Cyclone, that's a really good deal. Or 175 million. This is probably the lowest cost I've seen the Prophecy. Most times the Prophecy is sitting anywhere between 190 and 210 million. The Myrmidon is very much the same. It's sitting about that 190 range. I have seen Myrmidons upwards of 230 million. Another option we can look at is something like a Worm, where we will have the small drone damage and EHP, but we won't get any of the other bonuses. So, and the entirety of our Worm will be based around a similar fit to what the Tristan has, with extra steps. If we choose to go that route. I talked a lot about the Kestrel yesterday, and it's been buffed and stuff as time has gone on. It used to only have like a 5% missile damage bonus. Now it's got an 8%, so it's even more capable than it was when I flew it. And we may end up picking up a couple of these so we can go do low-sec stuff. Let's see, what else here do we have the option of? There are no drone assault. Actually, there might be. The Incursus assault. Nope, it does not have drones. Interceptors we cannot fly. Faction frigates we don't have the skills for. Covert ops frigates, maybe? We do have the skills for those, but they don't provide us any bonuses to drones or anything like that. Stealth bombers are really cool. They're just kind of useless. And special frigates. I'd love to get my hands on a Tristan Navy issue, but that is Tech 10. Or it just requires you to have Omega. If we can make Omega and buy 3 Tristan Navy issues, I think that might be our best bet of actually completing content fast enough to get Omega again. And at the cost of 289,000, it's not too bad. Hey, Ram, how you doing? Good to see ya. How you been? Happy New Year. Alright, so let's head out to Gina, get ourselves I think I'm gonna pick up another armor repair like we talked about yesterday.
Autopilot engaged.
And we are also going to pick up a... Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. We're just starting the Alpha to Omega series where I take 3 characters and try to build Omega without buying it. And just kind of showing off how you would go about like fitting ships and things as we go and teaching a little bit about the game. So I'm super excited to be doing this. I've been flying super expensive ships for a long time, so it's nice to be back in a position where everything's a threat.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted. Docking request accepted.
Go to our low slots here. We're going to pick up armor repairers. Since we're not using lasers, the capacitor recharge of the Dragoon is going to help us a lot with maintaining 2 armor repairers. It's only 1 on the market. I could go down to a Mark 1, but we're not going to get a whole lot of benefit from that. Well, we'll get about the same benefit as a Mark 3. I don't think we can afford one of these. Well, we can. That's a little expensive to have on here, since it's just a Dragoon trainer. I mean, this one module is worth as much as the ship itself. I'd rather not spend that kind of ISK. Not right now, at least. Alright, since we're not Mark 5, and there's only 1 Mark 3 on the market that we can easily get to, we're gonna buy 1 Mark 3 and 2 Mark 1s. 820 isn't bad. But that's in rain. Dang it. There's none in Gina. Okay. Do I have a choice then? I guess I don't really have a choice. I kinda need these. Go ahead and fit those on here. Where did I buy those? Are they just in the next? Oh, right, this one I only bought the Mark III. Oh, how have your streams been, Ram? Pretty sure you stream. I've seen you quite a bit. And then we are also going to buy a couple of capacitor rigs. So we can balance out our capacitor need. Ah, yeah. No, we want semiconductor or capacitor control. I'd rather have capacitor control. Capacitor control is going to make my capacitor recharge time faster, which means overall I can make sure I can maintain capacitor, whereas the semiconductor is going to give me more capacitor, which in some instances can allow you to just last that little bit longer when you're just chewing through a capacitor and your recharge can't keep up. Let's go with a CCC1. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hopefully they make it available. I had to wait a year and a half to get what was it, 100 megabit where I am, and before that the best we had was 5 megabit. Yep. We need combat rig, nope, engineer rig, another CCC. I can buy 2, but I'd rather save the money for when we move into the better ship. I'm really only putting these CCCs on here because it will take me from... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's fine. It'll take me from being a 1 minute and 47 capacitor depletion, having everything running, to 2 minutes and 4 seconds with everything running. Yeah, 5 megabits was rough, man. I cannot explain to you how frustrating it is to try to load a YouTube video on 5 megabits. I almost had to, like, set my phone down and go walk away like we used to do with dial-up. Alright, for some reason I've got 2 minutes and 15 seconds on this character. Because I'm running a Mark III, which uses less capacitor than the Gorget. Let's go ahead and head back to our main station now that we've got everything picked up that we wanted to. And I will just put...
Autopilot engaged. Undocking.
Check our inventory here, see what that one item was that I messed up at buying in the wrong place. It was this one.
Warp drive
Mark
active.
1.
Warp drive active.
I'll just put it on the market for one ISK and hopefully someone picks it up. I'll be nice to people.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Once we get back to this station, we will check our daily objectives.
Docking request accepted.
And we will see what it's going to require for us to get some experience. So first thing I'm going to do is check the corporation join gift. So when I select this, I will be given 50,000 experience for each of those, because I've been in the corporation for another day. That's good. And then we will go over here.
How are you feeling, pilot?
We'll check our road to set sail. Day 4 is currently not available. So unfortunate there. That would have been really nice to have. So we'll leave that one alone.
How are you feeling, pilot?
We'll check our tutorial page just one more time, make sure we've gathered everything we have.
How are you feeling, pilot?
And then we will check our advanced tutorials. So under the advanced tutorials, we have accepted all the easy stuff. These other ones we have to actually go and do missions for. If I had realized yesterday that this one would gift us a Dragoon Trader, I would not have spent the money on it. So let's have a look and see what else we can get as we go. Okay, nothing else. So we can get some Dragoon Traders as a backup, or Corax Traders as a backup. Oh. Yeah, 15.93 hours. That's insane, man. That is the estimated time that I would usually get on trying to download like a 2 gig game overnight back when I had that really terrible internet. I am so happy to have the better internet, and I am so willing to pay the money for it. We're gonna keep a permanent interface display for the advanced tutorials, so we can more easily keep track of it. Okay, so in our inventory yesterday, we were given some skill chips. We were given another planetology chip, which we can't actually use. That's unfortunate. So, but we were also given destroyer command chips. These we can use, and that will put our destroyer command at level 3. 3 skills are always good skills. I also want to check on the event page real quick, see if we've missed any notifications. Nope, we have not. Everything else is fine. And let's have a look at our skills. What can we do? I think what I am going to do is I will remove these, and we are going to go to maybe target management. We can do 1 level. That will allow us to lock 1 extra target. We can go to defense upgrade and get our destroyer defense to be better. That's a really good option. We don't need it on a destroyer right now, so I'm hesitant to do that. We've already got level 4 in destroyer engineering, so that's okay. And we've got level 3 in destroyer command. I think we're actually fine on that stuff. Let's check our missile skills. Okay, we can do some stuff for missiles. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our missile torpedo upgrade and get at least 3 levels on that. This is gonna cost 55,000 experience in order to finish level 4. So I don't think I want to do that. Let's check our drone skills real quick. These are gonna be 316,000 skill points and 124,000 skill points. We could cut off a couple of days for the small drones, but I'm leaning toward starting to skill into medium drones, since at the end of the advanced missions and stuff, we will be able to get Vexor Trainer. Engineering is fine. targeting could definitely use one better. Otherwise, I would just go straight into armor operation. Armor operation allows armor repairs to activate faster, and it reduces their capacitor need. And for 33,000, we can get most of the way through level 4. Since we'll be armor tanking pretty much the entire time, I will say that that is more of a reasonable assumption of what we should do. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. That completed that, actually. Which means we can actually get a few more skill points into some other things. 2, 3. What do I want to put more points into? I really want target management. That's 3 hours. Down to 3 hours. And while that's going, I am going to put the small drone operation in there as well. It was target management. Okay. Kind of a long process, but we're getting through it. Okay, it is time to look at our encounters, see what's available to us. Got a whole lot of missions in Forint. That's good. We like a lot of missions in the same system. That is the best way for us to increase our bounty ticks. Got another mission there. Nothing else on this character. And nothing else on that character. Alright. So as you're preparing for going through a system, make sure you accept all of the missions you intend to finish that day. Within 5 hours, I believe it is. It is 5 hours, right? No, it's 3 hours. Story missions will typically have a longer completion time available to them, with final story missions having multiple days to complete. And just real quick, also, we saw that we have a 2.5 minute capacitor here, running absolutely everything as hard as you can. However, we are cap stable at 30% capacitor, with just one armor repair running all the time. That is highly important to us, because our recharge rate is at its best when you're around that 30% or 33% capacitor. And that just means I can leave that running and not have to worry about one of them, and I'll only focus on turning on a second one when we actually need it. We are also now at 91 DPS per ship, with our missiles having a 15.6 kilometer range. We'll still be orbiting at 14 though. We have 38 power grid. Let me see if I can put on a medium Nosferatu. Capacitor Warfare. A medium Nosferatu, which is actually Mark V, requires 69 megawatts of power grid. And we have half of that available to us, so we won't do that. Alright. Now it's time for missions. We are to head to Farent.
Autopilot engaged. Undocking.
Undocking.
Warp drive active.
I think I'm gonna turn off the speaker for 2 of my characters at least. Because hearing that 3 times in a row is a little crazy. Yesterday we got in some really tight, close calls where we got in some close calls where we almost died multiple times. But due to our quick thinking and sheer luck, we got out. Hopefully we won't have that issue anymore now that we're running 2 repairers. Yeah, I like the echo from the 3 screens as well, but I know it can be really overbearing. It's kind of funny hearing it all. but certainly don't really need it. Okay, we are in system, so let's go ahead and set it up with our overview and start running through missions. We're going to select this, hit Fleet Command, and then we're going to hold Fleet Warp, and we're going to warp out there at, I think 19 kilometers should be fine. As we are warping in, make sure you turn on your armor, your reactive armor
Warp drive active.
harness. And I need to see which one of these is the Mark III. So the Mark III is going to be
We're under attack.
on the outside. Lock everything up and start tearing them apart. We're also going to set a waypoint to a station in the area. So we're going to save that location under personal. Actually,
Shield damaged.
let's go ahead and turn on our armor repair now. Let's save it under corporation.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
All of these ships are well within range for our drones. And now that we have that done, I can... Where'd it go? Okay, I guess it has to be approved or something. Let's just save it as a personal location then, so I can warp out if I need to.
Enemy ships detected.
Last wave. They are right on top of us, but it shouldn't be a problem. They are targeting this ship over here in the bottom left. We're going to go ahead and turn on our second armor repairer as we are taking damage. And that'll allow us to more easily deal with it. Make sure I chose Foreign Federal Freight. And now we don't need our armor repairs going so hard anymore. It is fine. Very nice. That was a lot easier than yesterday's attempts. When you're moving between missions, make sure you start warping to your next mission before you go and click through all the dialogue, just to save you those extra
Warp
couple of
drive
seconds in between. if you do it the other way around, where you click through the dialogue first and then go to warp, you're going to be losing about 2 or 3 seconds. These ships are kind of slow, so it's going to take them a little while to get into range. I could very reasonably warp in to just at 0 with these ships, with this setup, but if I see, like, one of the story missions, I will have to maintain distance.
We're under attack.
I'll probably have a very short stream today. One of my favorite YouTubers is graduating from her company, and so I will be watching Ceres Fauna's graduation stream at 6 o'clock my time, which is about 55 minutes away. I want to be able to support her last moments in the company and be able to support whatever she does from there. It's kind of sad. It's been kind of rough for Hololive in general over the course of last year. Lost a lot of very important people to the company. But, you know, most of them have gone on to do great things no matter what. And many of them are still streaming under their own accounts and their own freedoms, which is awesome.
Enemy ships detected.
I've been watching Ceres Fauna since her debut, so it's been 4 years I've been watching. Alright. Yeah, don't feel free to take care of yourself. You don't need to be here and watching me. I'm just some guy on the internet. So it'll be sad to see her go, but I already know where she would end up if she continues to stream. So I am currently following that account as well. Gosh, I miss being, like, weak in Eve Echoes. It's so funny. I've become so accustomed to battleships and just not taking damage from anything and not having to really pay attention to anything. And so going back to flying frigates and destroyers and having to use all of that extra, like, thought
Fleet warp.
in flying a ship has been quite nice as a refresh.
Warp drive active.
Warped in at 0, so we are well within range for weapons.
We're under attack.
Right, so our top left ship is being attacked currently. Where'd you go to eat, Ram? Did you go to a buffet or something, or just have a huge meal that you guys made? What is this drone doing? Why is it not attacking?
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, bottom left is being attacked, so let's go ahead and fire up the repairer. And get ready to start using the second armor repairer. I don't think we'll really need to. Ooh, very nice. That sounds really good. I had microwavable lasagna for dinner. I had a Stouffer's family-sized lasagna, all for myself.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, things are a little bit far away here. Okay, we're taking some damage on our second ship. So we'll start turning on the armor repair and preemptively start healing. We know we're cap stable with just one armor repair going, so I'm not worried about that.
We're under attack.
Yeah, that's a good goal, trying to learn how to cook lasagna. I've never made one myself. I've always just bought, like, store-bought microwave lasagnas, or ones that you can put in the oven.
Fleet warp.
Warp
My
drive
grandma
active.
makes some killer lasagna and stuffed, shells. I don't know how she does it. She is so good at it. Okay, who's being attacked? Our bottom left ship is being attacked.
ships detected.
And I don't know what I would do without a microwave. I have so much knowledge of microwave times and things that should never be microwaved. I can cook them in a microwave. And I find it fine, but I know it's highly unhealthy, so I need to get away from it as soon as possible. My goal for this year is to buy a tabletop burner, an electric burner or heater, so that way I can start making food. No, I don't eat that green stuff. No, I'll eat a salad when I go out to eat or something, but I don't often eat it at home.
We're under attack.
Okay, this one is still being attacked. Okay, we've got 2 being slammed. So we'll turn on our repair and just get everything going. Everything is active, we are happy, we are here. Just trying to keep an eye on health here. I'm gonna have to turn on the second armor repair for my ship. And that will make up for the difference in DPS. Having split DPS between multiple ships is not necessarily a good thing for a destroyer. You really want to focus all of your firepower on one thing at a time and kill it quickly. The faster you can get DPS off the field, the better off you will be. Lost Waste Seeker Medium. I cannot do that with a destroyer. That would be insane. Okay, what is our next mission? It is purging Serpentis criminals.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
This one's gonna be attacked.
We're under attack.
Go ahead and turn on our armor repair for 1 activation. Because after that, we should have most of the DPS off the field.
Enemy ships detected.
Comes wave 2.
We're under attack.
Okay, we're gonna start up our second armor repair. We know we're alright for tanking this kind of stuff with 2 armor repairs. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that armor repair off now that we've gotten rid of some of the DPS. this is definitely much more clean doing this way rather than running the armor plate. Let's go ahead and turn off that armor repair, because this ship that's left is the healer. The healers have no active DPS against other ships. They are purely healing ships. Okay, which one's going to be attacked? It is our top right ship. Now that we're halfway through our shield, we'll start up the armor repairer. And we'll just kind of preemptively have that going. Ooh. Okay, let's go ahead and start up that other armor repair. Maintain our health. And this is much better. Once we kill these two ships, I can go down to one armor repairer. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that one there. Very nice and easy. Okay, that is all the missions for this character. A Wayseeker medium should never be done with these ships. Alright, it is time to warp to the next mission.
Warp drive active.
So right now we're getting 131 armor out of our Mark III. Every time it cycles.
We're under attack. Shield damaged.
And when we're running the Gorget, we're getting 160 armor out of it. I may choose to buy another Gorget. Alright, Ram. See you later. Take care. Have a good sleep. Burn off some of those carbs. It's good to see you again.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, we're a bit far away, so it's gonna be a while before we actually get a chance to apply any DPS to anything. But I will switch over to this frigate. Okay, they're starting to chunk through some health. So we're just gonna turn on one of our armor repairs, and we'll wait and see how the DPS is looking on our armor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look into buying
Enemy ships
two
detected.
more, or one more Gorget for each
We're under attack.
destroyer. But I'm not sure if I want to
Shield
invest in
damaged.
that or wait for the Vexor, so that way I can have faction equipment. Okay, so we've got two ships being attacked. The other one's just sitting there trying to be happy. Not much DPS coming in. I don't really need the second heal. Doing a double repair is much more viable on a destroyer than it is on it's much more viable running a double armor repair because they use much less capacitor compared to a shield. And typically shields will have overall better resistances, so they don't need as much health coming in to keep them alive.
Fleet warp.
Let's see, these are all level 2 and 3 missions, or anomalies out here.
Warp drive active.
We're just letting our ships do their thing. See, they're all just kind of far away.
Enemy ships detected.
And which one are they gonna
We're
target?
under attack.
Okay, bottom left being attacked. Top left being attacked.
Shield damaged.
So we know the enemies are currently splitting DPS. Between multiple ships.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, which one is gonna be attacked? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and turn on both of our armor repairs while we deal with some of these targets. And we are handling the DPS pretty well. This was absolutely the right call to increase our armor skills, as well as getting that second armor repair. I don't have to worry about getting caught in the middle of things now. Gonna go ahead and turn off my armor repair, because we should be in a position now where I don't need so much health. Okay, looks like it's pretty even on the DPS coming in versus the amount of healing I'm getting from one armor repair.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
So there's not really a whole lot to say here. It's the same process every time. I will warp these ships in, lock everything up,
Enemy
and start
ships
DPSing the
detected.
first thing that locks up. When I don't have as many skills, I was having to pull up this screen here by activating the filtered tag, and I was having to target frigates first, and then destroyers, or anything that'll lock me up and prevent me from warping away. But since I'm not having to worry about that anymore, since my tank is adequate for this kind of content, it just makes it easier for me to get through this.
warp.
Warp drive active.
And just keep an eye on whichever ship is being attacked. I wonder what it would cost to buy a Dragoon blueprint.
Enemy ships detected.
Because what we can do
We're under
is we can
attack.
look at building our own Dragoon instead of trying to buy one off the market. Yes, it will probably end up a similar price, but at least this way we're not relying on supply. We're just relying on us being able to have the money.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, which one is having troubles? Wow, it's the same one. I would like it if they actually gave my ship a chance to breathe a bit. But that's why we've got Cap Stable with one armor repairer
Under attack.
and 2.5 minutes of running as hard as we can with both armor repairers.
Fleet warp.
Okay. In that mission
Warp drive
encounter,
active.
they literally just stayed focused on one ship and did not allow that ship to breathe. That is a perfect example of why things like a Nosferatu or like cap stability is highly important for your survival. Because I was able to run through that entire mission just running one repairer and using the second repairer to augment when it was getting really difficult without having to turn anything off. I think I'm gonna go ahead and change the orbit on these to 0. And we'll be able to see how they perform by, like, really close in brawling, which would allow me to have a Nosferatu. The Nosferatu takes capacitor from your enemy and puts it into your ship for your own use. It has a chance of working. It will only take a certain amount of capacitor per activation. And then there are some, like, ship limitations, like you will get less capacitor if you are sucking off a smaller ship. You will get the full capacitor benefit if you are taking it from a larger ship than you. Capital ships are currently not allowed to take capacitor from smaller ships with a Nosferatu. Oh goodness. Dangerous.
We're under attack.
There we go. Heals are back up and running.
Shield damaged.
Okay, that was all of these missions. Let's go ahead and do our last character's missions as well. And we're also going to check to see if we will get new missions. Hey, Azim, how you doing? Good to see ya. Was that 40,000? Yes. Nice. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. We've made some changes to the Dragoon trainers. I've thrown on a second armor repairer, and it has significantly helped over the armor plate. And we are actually cap stable with one armor repair on all times. I've gone and put some new skills in. Destroyer Command, Destroyer Engineering, I think we got. We also got the Armor skill. And I think the next thing I want to do is put a Nosferatu on this ship. A small Nosferatu should be just fine. And that might actually allow us to run
Enemy ship
non-stop
detected.
with a second armor repair. We've also got some extra missile skills. So we're currently sitting with a 2.5-minute capacitor running everything. A defense of 3380. And each of these repairs is giving us anywhere between 130 and 160. Yeah, I need to pay attention a little bit. I'm telling you, that second armor repair really helped. Now I can actually sit in the middle of everything and brawl. Now I don't know how this will react if I get another 600,000th mission. Since the only character that will be able to get those right now is my second character over here.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
We also put one
We're
Tech
under
1
attack.
capacitor control circuit on here, which is why we're tap stable. With one armor repair going.
Enemy ships detected.
Yep.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Next wave.
We're under attack. Shield damaged. Fleet warp.
Yeah, armor ships are significantly more forgiving on capacitor,
Warp drive
especially
active.
laser ships, because they're typically supposed to be using that excess capacitor for their lasers. And on a ship like the Dragoon or the
We're
Prophecy,
under attack.
if you're running missiles instead, all that extra capacitor can be used for tank.
Enemy ships detected.
Let's see which one's being attacked. Go ahead and start running that second repair, and we'll just push through this real quick. Yep, I'm only going to be live probably for the rest of these missions here. And then I'm going to be jumping off to watch Ceres Fauna's graduation stream.
Enemy ships detected.
And depending on how long that goes, I might play like Dark Souls 3 on stream or something to make me feel better. Alright, they are splitting DPS.
Fleet warp.
Yeah, this setup is nicer than what we had
Warp
yesterday.
drive active.
It still lacks that tank that I really want. But if I had a red adaptive, I think it would be just that little bit better.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected.
They're still attacking like the same ships. which one's gonna get it. They chose the wrong one. There's a medium Waste Seeker in here. Wow, I am not paying attention. Currently, we're supposed to be able to use the event keys right now. I don't know if Starbreak itself will be back until maybe Interstellar Bazaar December. That's usually when they'll bring back some really expensive nanocores like Starbreak. It would be in an Interstellar Bazaar. Yeah, it's a real good thing having 2 repairers on this.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so we've got 1, 2... Oh god. 1, 2, 3... 3 missions left for today.
We're under attack.
I'm debating whether or not I want to put 2 repairers on the Tristan. Just for those oh no moments.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Okay. They are still attacking this one. Yeah, so right now, the repairs you're seeing are from a Mark III and a Gorget on this ship, and the one in the bottom left has 2 Mark IIIs. Okay, this one's being attacked, this one's not. Yeah, it can speed tank out of most situations. But I did find there were times where I would like to have that second repair. We did see that happening early on yesterday. Ooh, that was a good bounty tick. For just doing normal missions.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
So we're back up to 1.3, 2.1, and 7.8. Or, not 7.8, 783,000. Not bad. We started today with more money, but we also had to buy significant investments for our ships with the Gorgets. Since there were no Mark IIIs on the market, there was one, and the rest were in Amarr.
Enemy ships detected.
And which one's gonna get yeeted? This one.
Enemy ships detected.
Probably the same issue here. Nope, this one's gonna get it. Go ahead and start off that second repair. Just get us through the DPS phase of the wave.
Fleet war.
Alright. Not bad.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
These ships are now performing exactly the way that I want them to.
Shield damaged.
They are at 91 DPS per ship.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, we went up like 10 DPS or something like that. Because of skills. We went from like 80 to 91. believe this one's gonna get yeeted. And they're both kind of getting attacked. So I'm just gonna let them do their thing. This one's not taking as hard of a hit in the bottom left. And that should be all I need of that second armor repair. The rest of it should just be a fairly average amount of DPS. Right, and that would be our last mission today. We're not going to do too much more because, like I said, I wanted to catch Series Fauna's graduation stream. Perimeter, not Gina. Perimeter is my home on these accounts.
Autopilot engaged.
We did pretty good. We even completed one of our
Warp drive
missions here. Advanced tutorial. Which will give us the option of a Dragoon trainer, Corax trainer, Algos trainer, and Talwar trainer. I'm not sure what I'm going to choose out of that bunch. Maybe I'll get 3 more Dragoon trainers and just sit on them
drive active.
in case weird stuff happens. Or I might grab the Corax trainers and we'll go out to Losec with those. Since it'll be one less thing to worry about.
Warp drive active.
I do love the Corax. It is such a good ship. Space U-boat.
Destination docking request accepted.
Alright. Go ahead and grab our advanced tutorial. Huh, I guess I didn't complete the advanced tutorial on this character. Wow, it's gotta do one more mission. Okay, that's fine. I should have one in system anyway. Hey. Why don't we, do a 600,000-ish mission for our last mission? Do I want to do that with a Nosferatu and just try to brawl through it?
Undocking.
I don't know, it was sketchy with one armor repair, so maybe 2 will be fine.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Hey, here we go. There we go. So we have our safe set, so we can warp out.
We're under attack. We're under attack. Shield damaged.
Yeah, the missiles here are a bit rough for a Yellow Hardener. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only reason I would want to be Tech 5 and have the adaptive instead of the reactive. This was just wave 1.
We're under attack.
Okay. Just let it do its thing here.
Enemy ships detected.
Armor repairs putting in some work. Not taking much damage from this wave.
We're under attack. None of them are being attacked right now with anything. Oh, there we go. What the hell happened there? We're under attack.
Still had half of my shield, and it went through my shield and into most of my armor. One ship's not even in the fight. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little terrifying for a slower ship.
spawning.
We're under attack.
God, I need to get this guy back in the fight.
Shield damaged.
Oh, actually, that's the only one I can actually target with this ship. Okay, not bad. This was what, second wave or third wave? I can't remember. I think this is second wave, right? Ah, third, okay, good. A little worried there for a moment. Right, yeah, this was a lot less terrifying than yesterday's experiences. Look at all the drones just going wild. Look at them all. Alright. Well, that was a lot more chill. I will definitely say that.
We're under attack.
Autopilot engaged.
Yay! They did it!
Warp drive active.
I think the missiles being used were significant problems. Just because it was
Desdocking
spreading
request
damage across
accepted.
all of my weak points. And so the yellow reactive was not helping as much as it could have. What are we thinking? I think I want to grab a Corax. Because I do like the Corax. Alright, and there we have it. That is our day 3. It was pretty uneventful compared to day 2. But overall, it wasn't a bad day. We bought some new modules, and we made some decent money running missions. We're kind of back to where we started today. But that means tomorrow will be ahead of the curve. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Not sure what we'll do tomorrow, whether it be grind more, or if we're going to go out to low sec or go mining. See you then. Take care and be safe.